Hello everyone, myself Prachi Sahu, student of B Pharmacy, 5th semester of Apollo College of Pharmacy, Anjora, Durg. So welcome to the student presentation week. Today I am giving presentation on pharmacognostic study of a lead compound for new pharmaceuticals, that is Taxus. So let's start. First of all, I will give you the introduction of Taxus. So, Taxus is a species of evergreen tree in the conifer family, Central and Southern Europe. Now, synonyms. It is also known as yew, Himalayan yew, and Telis tetra. So, its biological sources is Taxus consists of dried root, leaf of various Taxus species, therefore Taxus brevifolia, Taxus baccata, Taxus cuspidata, and Taxus canadensis. It's belong to the family of Taxaceae. Then geographical sources. It is mainly found in India, America, and Canada. So next is cultivation and collection. It is very slow developing evergreen tree. Taxus plant grow well in any kind of soil. Drying process of plant is very much related to the content of taxol. So here is the structure of taxol. Molecular structure and interaction. Paleotaxol is a naturally occurring substance that was originally extracted from the Pacific yew tree Taxus brevifolia. Now, the next topic is microscopy. So, Taxus baccata, commonly known as yew, is an evergreen tree. The stem is profusely branched and remain covered with a thin brown colored bark. It differs from pinus, is not processed dimorphic branches, and only the green leaf are present on the vegetative branches. And the last point is the leaf are linear, small, and only 2 to 3 centimeter long. So here is the diagrammatic presentation of a twig of Taxus baccata bearing male cones at different stages of development. So here we go with the internal structure of Taxus. So first one is stem. In transverse section, the stem is irregular in outline and resemble pinus in structure. Second one is it is surrounded by a thickly cuticularized single layered epidermis. Third one is inner to the epidermis is parenchyma cortex having some tannin filled cell. This is the diagram representing the transverse section of Taxus baccata, that is young. Next point is root. Except that of the absence of racine canal, the root anatomy of Taxus resembles very much with that of Pinus. The root is diarch. Then leaf. First one, the leaf is dorkiventral. Second, upper and lower epidermal cells are rectangular in shape and thickly circularized. Third one, only one vascular bundle is present in the mid of that region. Fourth one, transfusion tissue is present on both the side of vascular bundle. Fifth one, racine canal are generally absent. Last point is they are haplogalic in development. So this is a diagram representing the VS leaf of Taxus baccata. Next is reproduction. First point, the reproduction structure become prominent on the plant in February to March. So the next point is the differentiation between them can be made only when the plant are in flowering or fruiting stage. Vegetative reproduction in Taxus is not known. The last point is the male and female plant does not show any distinction in their vegetative organization. So reproduction include first of all male flower and second one is female. So the first one is male strobilus or male flower. The first point is the male flower or female strobili are usually yellowish in color and develop in the axil of flawless leaf. Second point, each strobilus contain a number of overlapping sterile bract. Third one, each microscope remains surrounded by two layers, that is intine and exine. Fourth one, it is unaperturate, contain a mass of cytoplasm and a central located nucleus. So here is a diagram of Texas baccata, male shot with many staminate strobili, modified after Chamberlain in 1935. So second point of reproduction is female strobili or female flower. The female strobili in Texas are so highly reduced that they hardly appear as corn or strobili. So the next point is they arise in the axil of leaf early in the season and mature in the next season. The last point is according to Dupler in 1920 the primary axis function only as a vegetative branch of limited growth bearing the reproduction secondary axis. And here is the first diagram is Texas baccata and ovulote shot modified after Chamberlain in 1935, and the second diagram is Texas baccata, a female strobilus with terminal ovule. So you can see here is the structure of ovule. The first point is the ovule is orthoprous sessile. Second point, a single thick integument is present. Third one, integument is free from the nucleus right up to its base. The last point is forming integument is differentiated into outer fleshy, middle stony and inner fleshy layer. Now, here is the seed of Texas. The first point, Texas seeds are covered by a three-layered seed coat. Second point, the outermost layer is thin brown and Duchess soot. Third point, the middle layer is hard and stony while the innermost layer is fleshy. So, this is a diagram of seed of Texas enclosed by a rille after Stretchburg. Next is chemical constituent of Texas. Different metabolites are present in the leaf and stem like saccharide, polysaccharide and fatty acid. And the next is uses. The first point of uses is Taxol inhibit the polymerization of tubulin similar to podophyllitoxin and vincristine. Third point, it was used to treat a ovarian tumor and other cancer. Third point is the toxicity produced by the treatment of Taxol is cardiovascular problem, vomiting, nausea, hypersensitivity, peripheral and neutropathy, etc. So, last but not the least, marketed product. Some of the homeopathic drug of Texas baccata are given below. As you can see, first is liquid dilution and second one is mother tincture. So this is all about the Texas. Now I am thankful to Nilesh Banarse sir for his valuable guidance and motivation throughout the work. I am also thankful to Honorable Director sir, Principal sir and all faculty members for their encouragement. Thank you for listening me. Have a great day.